Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax. My name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha Investments, and we have a very interesting video today. I want to do a video, not on these beautiful ladies. We want to do a video on the worst magic set ever created. Ooh, that was good ASMR. So, ladies and gentlemen, what you're looking at is a full case of 12 boxes of the infamous stepmom laundry stuck woman epilogue booster case. 12 tiny boxes for the patron Bradford B, all the way in good old Knoxville, Tennessee. Says, Rudy, dude, I kind of like it. I want to see it. So we are going to just go straight into insanity of Pound Town. These boxes are pretty small. So we've got 3, 6, 9, 12. We're going to just kind of slide this off the camera here. And we're going to do one box at a time. And the reason I wanted to revisit this is because it was probably the most ridiculed, rejected product. Even Dr. Mark Bottomwater of the Third Bathtub Dynasty stated that this was a mistake product. Shouldn't have happened, and it'll never happen again, and all that stuff. Okay? So first, let's kind of, I guess while I'm going to do the introduction here, I'm going to kind of, I guess I'll prep some of these. Well, I guess I really can't step these up too good. We'll do one box. We'll prep like 3 boxes at a time. How about that? I want to go, let's go over what we're going into here. So the Halo Foil Planeswalkers, I think are averaging 20, 30 bucks a piece. With one Ob Nixie, I think it's Ob Nixie, being almost $40 card. And then I think we got like, what? Narset or Sigardia. One of the ladies there is the worst at 10, 15. Okay? Now here's the next weird part about it. I believe, if I remember correctly, you get one of those per box. But we've never done a full case of 12. And that's the point of today's video, is to explore this rumor going around that this dumpster fire of a product is approaching inverted EV. And there's rumors that people who got stuck with this are just cracking all the boxes to literally just sell the singles. And the funny part is, unlike maybe Weiss singles or some of the other singles from other card games, the liquidity on the singles of this are actually very, very impressive. So I guess we'll do 4 boxes here. So we'll do 3 batches of 4 boxes, ladies and gentlemen. These are small packs. They don't take long to open. They open super easily because Rudy resealed them all with Black Lotuses. There's not really much value or anything in the... Oh, okay. Starting off on this video here. Nice little throwback there. Starting off with Mrs. N. We got Nissa over here, the old Resurgent Animist. Again, almost a 20, I think it's $17 to $20 still. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do the tracking here, but I think we're going to kind of go like that. And then, of course, anything that I believe is, I guess, $5 or more, but there's a ton of cards that are now between $1 and $5, which has made the situation a little bit more complicated. So some packs you're going to notice, there's really not much to look at or go through, but there's a lot of decent rares. Oh, there's Mrs. N over there. And that is it for that pack. So I'm not really sure what to think. The product didn't get a large print run. Undercity and Feast. And after release, essentially nobody wanted to buy it. Everybody panicked. I didn't make any money on it. I've got maybe 10 cases left I'm stuck with. Sorry, him. And nice little Mrs. J over here. So even the boxes I sold, the patrons who bought them from me didn't make any money. The inventory I got stuck with, I didn't make any. There was just no real success around the launch of this product, okay? And I'm just not quite sure time and history is going to reflect back on that same attitude. I have a funny feeling as we march forward, because remember, when products are bad, folks, the market rejects them. Wizards doesn't sell as much, Leyline. When Wizards doesn't sell as much, there's no reprints. If Epilogue was a home run, these regular boxes would have been reprinted multiple times. Sigardia. And that just never happened. So you look at like a Warhammer 40k, Commander decks, things like that, they reprinted a bunch. Obviously the collector boxes, they claim they don't, which I believe they don't, especially now with serialized cards. It'd be a disaster. But doesn't mean they don't hold product back and lie. That's kind of what Wizards is known for nowadays, I think. So, with that being said, are we getting to the point? Because I've also noticed the market seems to be adjusting. Niv Mizzy, some other patrons pointed out to me that the market price on these boxes had collapsed down to $35, $40, and now the box prices, oh, Miss Dr. S over there, box prices are now at $56 plus shipping and tax. So to your door, these boxes are back over $60 a box on TCG Player. And that was for a product that's not even a couple years old. That's quite surprising. Oh, here we go. Our first beautiful, beautiful, I don't think it's a halo foil. That's our first gorgeous, that is a beautiful looking foil though with that. I don't think that's considered a halo foil, but that's a pretty nice hit right there. So we're about to finish box 1 already, okay? And the biggest takeaway is, well, that's quite a bit of hits for, you know, a $50 box. And that's, you know, oh, Kiora, okay, that's a nice little hit there. And we still have not seen a single halo foil, and that's going to be kind of the make or break of this particular box opening right now. We're going to know pretty quickly whether or not that's going to swing the data on it. So Metro, nothing in the world. This is going to be probably a longer video, but I'm pretty quick at cracking these. Nice frill back there. And we get the old Dauntless. That little comic book style art, I still love that from the Ikoria era. I thought that was a really, really fun, good choice of art. Pia, and nothing there. All right, so maybe, I thought we were guaranteed a surge pull in every box. No? Was I incorrect on that? I thought we were. 2 packs left? Really? Did I miss it? Maybe that one specialty foil of, Training Ground. Wait, Training Grounds, was that still, I'll put that aside. I can't remember, wasn't that still a thing? I thought Training Grounds was one of those, like a $5 rare or something, or a $5 to $7 rare, maybe not. Box 1, Ruins. Oh, okay, so that's box 1. In the first 7 minutes there, no Surge Foil? Not Surge Foil, Halo? Maybe I'm mistaken. I just remember Training Grounds. I thought that was like a $5, $10 thing, but I think what happened on this set, like here's my theory. Will we crack all these? Oh, box 2, Samut. Here we go. Here's my theory on the whole situation, on what happened with this particular set. It came out. Everybody was excited about it. Well, I guess, I don't know if I'd say excited was the right word. They were curious. And then when the product started to tank and it turned into a Boulder's Gate situation, everybody started dumping everything and a lot of panic set in. When a lot of panic set in, I believe stores got stuck with it, just cracked all the product for singles. Oh, Dr. T over here. And I think just selling the singles on there, can I make these where I open quicker? Open cards. And I think what happened was, the stores just all got stuck with singles, and then it suppressed the price. Another Dr. T over here. Suppressed the prices of the singles downwards, and then when that happened, it got all the cards off the books, and they slowly sold singles. And I think that's why we see certain things like, you know, the Training Grounds there went from a more expensive card to have, probably TCG Player has over 100 sellers with a ton of copies. And that's usually definitely a sign of stores, you know, trying to get out from sealed. And another way, see, look at that. A Training Ground with the flippin' Eldraine, you know, story time little book style with the showcase framework. Like that should be like a, I thought that was like a $5, $10 card back in the day, but I'm sure it tanked and it's nothing now. But, and a lot of these other little Kamigawa frames, Amon Kitty Cat frames, these are $2, $3, $4 cards. Plarg. Some of these things are $2, $3, $4 cards I'm putting aside. There's a lot of cards that are $1 to $3 in value in this particular product. Now, the reason they're suppressed so much is because what I just said. My theory is all the boxes, Dr. C, all the boxes were cracked for all the stores that were stuck with the product. And obviously the collector, there's our first appearance of card today. Again, this was a $10 card. I'm going to say it's probably down to $5 to $7 range. But still, remember folks, we're not cracking $300, $400, $500 Modern Horizon 3 boxes here. We're not cracking Fallout at $500 a box. Ooh, Spark Rupture. There's a very nice showcase one. I don't know if that's anything, but I'm going to put that in the pile there. So remember that, folks. We are not looking for super value here. These are not expensive boxes at all. We don't need much to make it a good experience and actually have some decent actual value for the price of these boxes. Leyline, but so far, wow, really? I thought we'd at least get one. I thought it was one little, you know, Halo foil per box, but I guess not. Dang, no wonder Because when I saw like Ob Nixie, the Halo, some of those Planeswalker cards, I saw the prices. I was like, really? Is that why we're seeing some of the box prices of these things shift upward? Like Tranquil Frill, like that's a great dino of Rudy. Sitting around eating tacos, like this, I thought this was like a $5-7 card. Even if today, this is a $3 card, you're still talking a lot of cards that are a couple dollars in value. And with the amount of packs you get in these, you don't need a lot of really excitement here. So, I mean, what are these, $2 a pack or something? These things are cheap. All right, nothing good. Wow, really? Am I mistaken? Have I not done this in so long? Are Halo foils only available in the collector boxes? Is that what I'm screwing up right now? Are you guys yelling in the comment section about the Halos? Maybe they're only in the collector boxes, and I'm just, again, when you get almost a $20 card in a $50 box in one card, it's quite interesting how the numbers unfold, everybody. You know, if you get a $20 card in a $500 box, well, it's a little bit different. But there we go. That's the end of box 2, everybody. Holy smokes. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was told, maybe the market is more correct and I was completely wrong. But we're going into box 3 and we have none of the, I guess, Mrs. Zenner, that's the end. Hey! Ob Nixie, our first appearance over the old Kingpin over there. So that's our first, wow, really? It's our first one. It took 3 boxes to even find one. Sigardia. So go figure there. Let me get mine. I don't want to mix up this. All right, so there we go. Let's get them ready there so I can pull the packs. I want to clip the cards once I'm grabbing them real quick. All right, anyways. So I guess now it brings us to the next conversation, which is the future of these things. Ob Nixie number 2, Captive Kingpin. 2 Ob Nixies back to back. It's an interesting start for box 3. So we go the first 2 boxes with none, and then we go right to box 3 and we get multiple. And that's track printing, and that's randomization for you, right, everybody? So, Niv Mizzet again. I swear the Cosmic Rebirth was a decent uncommon at some point in Magic history. I swear I remember listing and selling that particular uncommon. Yeah, I could be confusing with something else. You guys are yelling at me saying, Rudy, that's a new card. There's no way old man Rudy 10 years ago was selling that as a single. I swear I remember listing that card on something. I don't know. And, oh, beautiful. Look at that. Oh, first time I've seen a retro foil frame one there. Beautiful looking card there. Yeah, this is probably going to be a pretty long box opening video, so we'll probably start talking about some different things. I'm just trying to get a vibe for the product, and then we're going to kind of swing over to sealed products and other conversations, but I'm still trying to get a vibe for what's going on here before I get into some deeper chatters, but dang. So see, this is an example right now. The last few packs, we have had nothing. Oh, I love that Eldraine framework, man. I mean, we are on like 6 packs in a row with nothing good. And that's, you know, these are the type of thing, oh, Dauntless. See, some of these are not bad rares. Some of these are still a couple dollars. Maybe not that particular version, but some of the actual different frameworks of these multiverse, this and that, Tranquil to throw back another couple dollars again. So we're getting a bunch of $1, $2 cards, but which is kind of, it's covering the cost of the pack, but we still are dodging, holy smokes. So maybe this is a great example of if you only open 1 box of this, you could have a terrible experience. We got old Dr. M, the old rat man over there. Oh, really? Yeah, I guess I was incorrect. I guess we can't get any Halo training grounds. There's our first $2, $3 training grounds. Am I pulling? I guess I won't pull the training grounds out because I guess, you know, it's no different than the dinosaur. Training grounds a couple dollars just like the rest of them. I guess they're all in that price range. It's not really an exciting pool for me to, hey, Karn. There we go. We got a Karn in first, I think it's our first Karn in box 3, yeah. So box 3, our first Karn. So we're definitely getting very, very volatile results, everybody. Ley line of immersion. We are not getting consistent pools at all. We're on box 3 already, and this is just nowhere near. Spark rupture. Golly, really? I can't believe you can't get the Halo. I thought you'd get a Halo and everything. I can't believe I was wrong on that. Maybe I was confusing when I did the Aftermath boxes. Maybe I kept thinking the Aftermath. Maybe that was the one that had 1 in every pack. Narset. There's a nice little hit there. And Cosmic Rebirth again. I think also, if the card pool was bigger, we had more desirable and more chase cards, I think the market's attitude would be a little different. So right now, I don't know why they make the set so small. I talked about, oh, there we go, Dr. T. I talk about this all the time with other card games. Even Force of Will years ago did it. MetaZoo did all these stupid little sets and these little promotional things. And then, of course, who did that? Was it Weiss? I think Weiss would do that too sometimes. They'd release these little tiny things. tiny sets are high risk. So by the way, that was our weaker one. So box 3, that's all we got. Now again, we did get 2 Nixies, okay? And we did get a card in our set. These are still some $5, $10 card ranges, but that was definitely a weaker one compared to box 1. Because look at box 1. Look at box 1. What? $17 Nissa, couple dollars Sarcum, Spark Rupture, get a what? $5 Karn, Calyx over here, Training Grounds. So I mean, this one's probably what? 30 bucks right there. So I mean, definitely some volatility to the pull rates here. And I guess the biggest thing I got wrong was I remember there's a surge foil. I keep saying surge foil. I love that Vesuvian Drifter. Reminds me of the playmat. I kept thinking, I mean, this is box 4. We haven't even seen a single Halo. I thought you could still get, oh my God, I can't, that was the biggest thing I got wrong about this video. Yeah, Brad, I thought for sure we'd get at least a couple, oh, an Nixie. Here we go, starting off good on there. But I guess I was wrong, because we're in 4 boxes. And if we get halfway through, we get to like box 5 and 6 here. If we don't have any, then clearly you can't, they're just not, they didn't insert them. I guess those are only Aftermath cards? Maybe. Oh, there's a nice one. That might be the best pull we've had so far. Retro Foil Mrs. N. Oh, gorgeous card. Now again, if this card's down to $10 to $20 range, I'd be blown away. This has to be a $20, $30 hit there. Which again, on a $50 box, that's what I'm talking about. Beautiful, beautiful hit. That's got to be the best hit of the video. That's got to be the best hit of the video so far. So it took us 4 boxes to even locate one fancy retro Nissa. Yeah, they, yikes. I know, right? That's a yikes, ladies and gentlemen. Feast, golly. It's like, I don't, was the intention of Wizards to make this product like a mini draft set? Was it supposed to be like a supplemental set to the Stepmom March the Machine? Was it supposed to, like, I don't understand what the angle, ooh, nice little Niv Mizzet. I like the framework on that Niv Mizzet, which I'm still not a Niv Mizzet fan. I don't understand what Wizards was going for on this particular product. Was it supposed to be just a way for them to make more money and just release? I don't buy that. Somebody told me that this was supposed to be about the story and the lore. I was like, get out of here! Don't give me that crap. Like Wizards cares about story and lore. That's what somebody told me. That was the purpose of Epilogue and Aftermath. Was the whole storyline? Oh, all right. There's a nice little Zendikar. Mrs. M there. I was like, there ain't no way Wizards gets 2 flying flips about. Oh, frill back. There's another $2. So, I don't know. I think Wizards did it because maybe they didn't have a little set and they just threw something else in between releases or something. It just feels, it's a very weird feeling product. It doesn't seem to match some of the other products, you know? Golly. I think I'm confusing this with Aftermath. Because there's our training grounds, our first training grounds in this video. There's a Open the Way, by the way. I always thought that was a pretty cool card. Anyways, I think the thing this product has going for it, there's our card. That's nice. The biggest thing this product has going for it is going to be your the lack of supply, no reprints. This was a one and done product. They literally released it at the beginning. We had a release of an Epilogue. Obviously, Aftermath or collectors, there's only one, but I mean, the actual Epilogue boxes came out, and that was it. There was no reprint. There was no restock. I mean, that's the most positive thing I can say. And that is a big deal. That is a big deal. To give you guys a little backstory, you know, when products, Mrs. M, to give you guys a little backstory, when we actually have Magic products that come out and do poor, they become very rare. And the biggest example, ooh, there's a nice one. Okay. So maybe these are considered, are these considered the Halo foil? With the logo and the special version? Maybe, is that considered it? I thought they had like the swirly, like Halo look though. I can't believe that. Leyline, Cosmic. Alright folks, well we're already 4. That's 4 of the 12 boxes through already there. Bradford, that was a pretty good box though. Like if you look at the pools on that one, that's a card, that's 3 misses in that one box. One Omnix, that's not bad. For a $50 box, that's not bad. Not including all the couple dollar rares and everything. Like, I don't consider that really that much of a dumpster fire box. But man, if you don't hit a Nissa or something, and you lose out on like a $20 card or something in one of these boxes, that can swing the numbers so quickly. Yikes, you know? If you dodge, kind of something like that. That's a big deal, man. So, anyways, it's nice to kind of, I'm gonna start kind of yip-yapping about some other things with you guys, but I want to finish the story of back in the 2017, 18, 19 range when we went through the original Ixalan and Rivals of Ixalan. It was definitely another era of a lot of ridicule and, kind of, I don't want to say attacking towards YouTubers and LGSs and, obviously the Rudys of the world, because we went through an era where the new boxes were just doing very poorly. So that was the time when we released, the master sets like the Conic and Master 25 were coming out and tanking. And everybody was just like, why would you buy this crap? And then the standard sets, Ixalan, Rivals of Ixalan, were just rejected so bad, folks. They were one of the most lowest printed standard eras, just like Hour of Devastation. I mean, these sets were printed so low because nobody bought them. You all can't understand how low when a set is rejected and there's no reprints or restocks by WotC. Like, I'm telling you all, you guys, the supply of like Amon Kitty Cat in Hour of Devastation and Ixalan and Rivals was such a wild thing, man. I'm just like, okay, knowing, don't want to knock the camera over, knowing now, because I'm a dum-dum, that you can't get the actual Halo cards in the regular packs, we seem to be averaging, my guess at least, would be around 30, 40 bucks in value a piece. And I'd say we're getting $30, $45 worth of cards per $50 box. So, and that's, of course, you may get lucky or something, but overall, it doesn't seem like you're able to really get, I love the Secret Lair advertising back there, it doesn't seem like we're able to really get much higher than that, okay? It seems like, based on the current card prices, here's our first hit in the box, Dr. T there. So even with those nice little showcase foils and everything, those are maybe $5, $10 cards at the most. I mean, we're not going to be able to really, if we get armies of $1 to $5 cards, that's going to push us up to maybe the 30s, 40s. I don't think we're going to be able to break above 40 in any of these boxes, which, again, that's actually about where it should be. I don't think, because again, if a box is $50 or even $60, the cards inside should be around 30 to 40. That would put the market, oh, that's a beautiful, wow, don't remember seeing that little framework on there. That's about where the kind of should be priced at, okay? Because you can't have it where the value is extremely inverted, where, goofballs like me could just open endless packs and keep going, for the training grounds, nice. Open endless packs until we just keep making infinite money glitch until the product runs out, because that's when you have kind of that arbitrage and kind of that kind of fractured, market that's not functioning properly. Inverted EV is a thing. Inverted EV does happen, but it usually, Dr. C, it usually ends up correcting itself out within 30, 60 days if the market figures it out. Because, people are always going to go after money and kind of chase that kind of stuff. Samut. Here we go there. And, the old Animus Might. So far, I haven't seen, the box 1 and 2 was the best. 3 and 4 a week up. It seems like any box that we get of Mrs. N alone is almost $20. So that alone makes it very difficult to have a bad box. So I hate to say it this way, but it almost feels like pulling that one particular card, oh, love the artwork on those ruins. Pulling Mrs. N is kind of what swings the needle on a good or a bad a good or a bad box of Epilogue. So knowing now that the Aftermath collector boxes of this are what kind of, should we say gatekeep? Is that the trigger word here? It kind of, it keeps the Halo foils just in Aftermath. That kind of makes it a different conversation. Oh, Dr. S. Oh, and a card. Ooh, there's a nice one there. That was our best pack yet. Holy smokes. A Sarcom and a card? Wow, okay. Well, I'm just saying, folks, getting a $10 plus pack and something like this is kind of a big deal. That's, how much are these packs? What, $2 a piece? They're not talking much money. So, anyways, I wanted to go back and finish my story. Back in the day, just so everybody's watching me crack packs, I want to share some important things for everybody. Something a lot of people always use as examples is historical data on pricing and sets that were good, sets that were bad. It's always a big thing that we reflect on to try to see if we can help give us an edge for the future. That's what we do as humans, is we look at past performance to try to see if we can get a hint. Hey, that's our first appearance of the old Dr. P over here in the Kaladesh Aether framework. Probably a buck or two, but still. not a big hit, but nice to see that frame. Always catches me off guard. Anyways, I don't think people realize how many times in Magic's history we've had sets come out and, well, not do the greatest. That's not really that uncommon, everybody. So let's reflect box 5, everybody. Let's see here. I would say, what do you guys think? So this is pretty much our major hits, so not including all the $1 to $2 cards in the rare slot and the foils. I would say right here, what do you think we all have? Maybe $30 to $40? Is that what we're going with, maybe? So I don't think it's terrible. I don't think $30, $40 without including any of the $1 to $2 cards, I don't think that's really that bad of a... That wasn't really a bad little box, everybody. I think that was actually pretty smooth. Anyway, so first I'm going to start, when Ixalan came out, people weren't very excited about it, Dr. N. People were very skeptical about a bear market in Magic because that was the era we were also going through with Iconic Masters and Masters 25. So, first Street Chef. I don't remember seeing old Rocco in the Street Chef in the gilded frame. This was like a $2 to $4 card also. So again, I'm putting a lot aside other cards of actual desirability, but I just wanted to at least bring it to you guys' attention before I throw it in my pile there. So when Ixalan first came out, the bull market and the reserve, and the reserve list buyouts were in full swing. Okay, so in this era of Alma Kitty Cats, Ixalans, Hour of Dev, Rivals, the money was leaving New Magic. New Magic was deemed dead and over with, and it was going after all the reserve list buyouts. That's all people cared about, because everybody felt New Magic was print to oblivion. That was where that term print to oblivion came from, was that particular era. And throwback for $2-3 again. And the market started, the flow of money started to shift away from new stuff. I was a very vocal minority on the internet saying, the infamous Rudy stay the course kind of thing, and everybody makes fun of me. Yeah, stay that course, you moron. That whole thing about, era and boxes back then. And yeah, when I was selling, this was before COVID and price increases. When I was running, Amon Kitty Cat, Hour of Devastation, Training Grounds, Ixalan, original Rivals of Ixalan, these were all $79 shipped boxes, okay? When I was doing that era, the demand from even my own patrons and viewers like you all who would watch this channel to even buy those boxes was not zero, but it was down towards, oh, Mrs. N, there she is, for almost $20. That's the big, Mrs. N on this set, that's almost a $20 card, and that's kind of where it's at on this. So far, obviously, Bradford, we've been able to pull, foil Tranquil throwback, it's probably $3, $4. We've been able to pull one almost in every box, which has been a really big deal. And by the way, we are, Sarcom. This is turning out to be a really good box, by the way. So where are we at? We're already past halfway through on this video. This is gonna be a long video, but I really wanted to do this. I wanted to experiment. We've never done this before, and I really want to see how it is. And again, we'll revisit this product again in about 6 months to a year. We'll wait many months and we'll see if anything changes, yeah? But anyways, so I don't think people realize the amount of product, because right now, a lot of new people came to the market and entered the card world, since the COVID boom, stay at home, world's ending, blah, 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 and all this stuff to the moon, all this stuff, the whole diamond hands era, the Wall Street bets, everything going on, right? So people weren't aware that, Magic sets coming out and either doing nothing or failing or going down, that's been going on since the dawn of time. There have been Magic sets over the years and eras. This is just how it's been. This isn't considered a new thing if a brand new, Samu. It's not a new thing if Karlov Manor comes out and drops 20%. It's not, people act like the world's ending and all these dramatic. Now, the difference today and back in the day is obviously YouTube and clickbait. So, final call on this video. That box. So, that was box 6. Again, I'm going to say right here alone, what do you guys think? $30, $35 maybe? Plus the single card values. So, let's jump into box 7. So now we're in the second half of this video already. I know, it's a long video, but it's something I feel is worth it. So back in the old days, just to kind of give you guys some fun backstories, the attitudes were pretty much the same. I don't think there was, the attitude towards Wizards was still negative and kind of mocking and all of that's not much, it's evolved and it's become more harsh and more aggressive. based on just the way the internet and social media has evolved in modern times post 2020. But overall, I don't really feel like it's really changed that much. It doesn't feel that, there's our first hit of this box. It doesn't seem to be that different. If we take all the emotions, and I think, well actually, let me say this. I think the biggest difference of everything is the price increases. I think that's the biggest difference. The amounts post 2020 of Chris Training Grounds, of Chris, and Annette, Mrs. N. Ever since Chris Cox took over and promoted the 20, I mean, he made the prices of Magic. Oh, Karn, very nice. Oh, and a Samut. Wow, okay, that was a great pack. A double little mythic. Samut and a Karn. That was a really nice pack. Wow. Oh, there's a little Street Chef too. Not a bad little rare. But I think that's really, I think a lot of the anger comes from the price increasing, folks. I think a lot of the attitude shifts. I feel like it can be, it's not more so the products that do well or bad, it's the pricing. Like as of the filming, people are probably going crazy because the Fallout boxes, and by the time you watch this video, people are probably very angry because now they're starting to realize the supply of Fallout boxes or collector boxes are essentially non-existent. So if you're watching this video now, I would assume that is what's happening, and Fallout has been coming out and everything by the time this video goes live. Okay, so I would assume the public is starting to realize that the rumors and the attitude and Rudy trying to warn people about the supply of Fallout collectors has come true, and the box prices have moved up. Look at this, very nice there. We got the old Moon Legacy, but we got another Narset right there. And as we finish up box 7, so that would be kind of where I feel the market probably is right now. Oh, look at that, the Royal Funeral. I haven't seen that showcase one in this video. It's a nice little surprise hit. So, and the attitude is people aren't angry at Fallout. People are angry at the price of Fallout. They're angry at pretty much the price of the collector boxes because of the lack of supply and the games Wizards plays. So I think that's what really leads to a lot of people. I'm quitting Magic. I'm never giving Hasbro a penny more. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And everybody's free to do what they want with their own money. You know, the whole vote with your wallet kind of thing. And that's a very real thing. Wow, we're getting some bad packs here. So Bradford, box 7 out of 12 is looking very weak. So I don't even think we have a Mrs. N in this box. So this one might be our worst one yet. Reckless. Yeah, this one's not looking good at all. So maybe, unless we get a $20 Mrs. N, this one's going to end up being our worst one. All right, last pack, box 7 already. As we head to box 8 out of 12. I know, crazy long video here. Yeah, frill back for a couple dollars. Oh, all right. No. Nice little showcase in. So on this one, wow, we're getting a lot of Narsets. Anybody notice that? Another one with 3 Narsets. I know there's different versions though. Enlightened Exile, and that's Forge and Fury, but that's a lot of Narsets in this video. My goodness. Anyways, so I spend time thinking about a lot of this weird stuff. And I like to focus on the history of things and historical stuff. And I like to make sure that the data and a lot of these stories that are lost over the years, I like to kind of remind people of kind of where we were, or what happened. Because I don't think I feel like all this stuff just gets lost over the years, you know? I feel like as the years go by, like right now, I want to give an example. Like if I had to just talk about older Magic sets, how about this? Let's see here. Oh, yeah, should I do that? Yeah, we'll talk about that story. So back in the day of Battle Bond. So Battle Bond was Wizards' new direction. Ooh, frill back. After Conspiracy 1 and 2 kind of thing, okay? And Battle Bond was a funny little release. That was a time when other YouTubers and people that used to be my friend, and I found terrible things out about them, and I don't communicate with those people anymore. It's been many, many years since I've seen or spoken with some of those individuals. Started making YouTube videos about me during the Battle Bond Training Grounds when Battle Bond came out. And I remember this individual was making YouTube videos bashing, you know, only buy old Magic cards from me. Ooh, Karn. And don't, you know, never support Rudy, never watch his videos, and he's always trying to dump something stupid. This month he's trying to ruin people by selling everybody Battle Bond for, I think Battle Bond was like, I think that was a $79 set, right? I think it was $79 and I sold up to a case for patrons. this is back before the price increases and everything. And I just remember it very clearly, and I remember thinking to myself, people who try to build a business trying to, lean on bashing the competitor, it's not usually the best thing to do because it makes people online, and it makes people suspicious. Ooh, Narset. It makes people suspicious. Ooh, open the way, I love it. Of what's really going on or why they're doing it or what the motive is. And this individual just sold old Magic cards. And I remember that was a big moment, and I just was very confused on why this individual was using Battle Bond as a big moment to talk about, the dangers of the boxes and all these newer products and everything that were going to collapse and had no value. Well, obviously, if you know the story, you know where the story. Oh, Nixie. If you fast forward, that era was still a very, now that time has gone by and years have been put under the belt. We know how this story, there's a calyx. We know how this story unfolds. We know that all the Amonkhet, Hour of Devastation, Ixalan, Rivals of Ixalan, we know that Conspiracy 1, Conspiracy 2, Battle Bond. We know the results that all of these products actually did. Nice little street chef there. Very nice couple, probably $3 to $5 card. We know the results of all these products because enough years have gone by and we realize that, wow, we don't realize how good we had it, how good these products were, how amazing Conspiracy 1 and Conspiracy 2, and how amazing Battle Bond was to have, premium Commander and modern reprints in Battle Bond, and yet the box prices were $100 on the open market. I mean, even if you weren't a patron, even if you just hated Rudy, didn't buy from me, you could buy Battle Bond for maybe $109, maybe $120 at your local store. You didn't have to buy from me buy a case at $79 a box, but still. We look back at that, and life has a funny way of making things just kind of unfold, and we see what value and how things are. And anyways, pause the story there. That's all we got. That was a weaker. Bradford, Obnix, Calyx, Karn. I'm going to say maybe $30 plus so maybe $40 in that box. Ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the last 4 boxes of this video as we journey through the epilogue history of disaster. And I don't think anyone else is stupid enough and no patrons are crazy enough to, Rudy's the dumb wanting to do this for an hour and crack all these and see it. But I've never done it. I've wanted to crack a big case of this for a long time because I wanted to see what the pull rates were. And it looks like, for example, I think we've missed 3 boxes with Nissa, to give you an idea. So most boxes, over half the boxes, when you crack these, are going to have a $20 Nissa. So that's very interesting right there, by the way. Anyways, so we're going back to the story right now. So we didn't realize how good we had it back in this time frame where we all thought Magic was in a bad place and getting worse. But in reality, we were in a glory days era, an amazing time period of Magic the Gathering. But nobody knew it. Nobody realized the living history of reserveless buyout and all the money that was flowing into old Magic. Ooh, that Sigardi is beautiful. I know, not one of the most expensive cards, only a couple bucks, but still. But we didn't know at the time. And that's one of the shitty... oh, wow, nice little Narset. All right. One of the shitty things about life is you don't know how good you have it, or you don't know how much nostalgia or how much you're going to miss something until it's over with. It has to be a foregone thing. You have to move forward, put a couple years under your belt, and then, nice street chef there for a couple bucks. And then you realize when it's 3 to 5 years later, you can turn around and you can realize how good or bad something really was. We all have that in our life. We have certain people. We have, Obnixie. We have certain jobs. We have certain family members. We have certain investments, businesses, and everything that we don't know how it's really going to turn out in the moment, right? Oh, I love that. God, you don't get many of those retro ones. Those are nice. And, you don't know. And then eventually, we do know. And eventually enough time goes by, and we all realize that, well, wow, we had it really good back then. Now, you wouldn't know that, because now in the moment, if we go back in time, and I try to explain to you all what it was actually like as a Magic YouTuber or an investor or collector back in the 2017 and 18 era, it was very rough. That was, Mrs. H, or Mrs. H, Mrs. M. That was the era that, well, everybody was very angry, and that was the, we're going to remove the reserve list because investors are cornering the market, and evil Rudy is the one who's brought it to front and center. There's many people to this day that single-handedly believe the spawn of this YouTube channel is what caused the spreading and the awareness of the reserve list buyouts and investor money. I was the ringleader and the person that kind of sparked that era. Now, my personal opinion, there is some truth to that. I don't think I was single-handedly, tranquil throwback. But yes, I played a very big part in bringing awareness because the YouTube channel averages a couple million views a month. Back then, it was going crazy too. Now, we're in, post-bear market. Things are more calmer. Let's say we're probably averaging like 1 million views a month. And, everything's probably about the same, but it's not as wound up and dramatic as it used to be. And I don't know if we're going to return to that anytime soon. In this there's another street chef. In this post-Magic 30 world, I don't know if we have the ability to return to that. I don't know if we're going to want to. Training ground, very nice. I don't know if we need low interest rates and crypto to go crazy for that to happen. Maybe that's going to happen in the future. All right, Bradford, that is the end of box 8. Again, another box without Mrs. N. We only had a 4 mythic box. See, now we're getting some bad boxes in this case. I feel like we started off really good, but that was only a 4 mythic box. And this is box 9 out of 12. That's quite interesting that I didn't think the volatility on the boxes was this much, but it actually looks like we are really, swinging to some weaker boxes. Did we just get really lucky at the beginning of this video? I mean, it's possible because, boy, we don't seem to be getting the really good pulls right now. I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but our pull rate is really rough in the last 2 boxes. Anyways. But I like I said, as we're exploring this, and again, thank you, Bradford, for allowing us to have these discussions and, sponsoring this video as a very kind patron. And I hope you're happy with the pulls you're getting. And unfortunately, there is no halo foils in the epilogue. I kept thinking they hit them in here also, but I guess that is a collector box of Aftermath exclusive on there. But what's interesting is you still get quite a bit of the other cards. But it's interesting that based on the card pool, there is no way to have like a $100 home run booster box here. And I think that's the biggest issue of Epilogue. It's just the set is too small and there's not enough things in it. They didn't print enough different ideas of value. There's just not enough creative things that were laced in this product, okay? Oh, Obnixie, our first hit of the box. Anyways, so back to this interesting conversation about the past. So I just remember the Battle Bond story, and I remember how being very confused on why, another individual who had this selling old magic and different things started, buy from me, and this is, new stuff, and Rudy, everything about it is just this terrible thing, and I didn't know if it was the Battle Bond set itself or it was me, but anyways, time in life kind of takes care of itself, and you kind of look, ooh, there's a nice Kiora there. And you kind of look back and you just kind of feel bad for certain people or situations, and you hope everything goes well for them because, based on the things that have come out or you learn about somebody, you realize that, yikes, I probably shouldn't be associated with that person. That's a little, and it's a little scary. And I just remember that, folks. And I remember the criticism that I think that was also a time that everybody really started to post online and discuss about the pushback on wizards and the bad products and the closet investor army of things that Rudy and Alpha Investments was creating. And Battle Bond is going to have, I think this whole thing about Battle Bond having multiple reprints and it was going to be printed to oblivion. And well, back then that didn't happen. Oh, Mrs. N. It didn't happen. And actually, the prices not only held up really well, there was one small little tranquil throwback. There was one small restock of Battle Bond, which was very tiny, a couple cases for everybody, and that was it. Wizards didn't, Wizards didn't print to really oblivion. They actually did their specialty sets quite well. I would like to see us go back to that era. It'd be a really nice surprise to see Wizards of the Coast actually return to tighter print, little street chef, and actually kind of be respectful of their own IP and, reprinting all the cards to just worthless game pieces. Training grounds. I'd like to see that more disciplined approach. And I think, well, maybe we start going into that direction, you know? Like I've been telling you all about the Fallout and everything and the collector boxes of the lower print run. Maybe we are shifting into that, and maybe that is kind of the sign we were waiting for. By the way, once again, box 10, Bradford, that's it. 4. No misses, no Nissas, 1 Ob Nixies. I'd say maybe 20 bucks worth of hits here. So that was a weak box, plus a bunch of training grounds, a little dinosaur frill. So I'm saying that was a weak box. I'm going to call that box maybe 30, 35 bucks in value. Very, very weak box for a $50 box there. So, yeah, laying that out there. This has been a really bizarre box opening, everybody. And this is why I wanted to do it. I've never done this, and I don't know anybody else who has or is going to want to. But I feel like these are the times that it's good to explore. This tells us why this product is weak. This tells us why the product is, well, it's stabilized, but it's not skyrocketing. It's not coming back in price. Well, it has a little bit, I guess, but I think a lot of the extreme sell-off of $34 a box for that Narsa was mostly due to Amazon dumps and Amazon fears of, millions of boxes. But I don't think this product... Oh, hey, Mrs. N, there's our Nissa. That's like our $20 hit of the box, am I right? I don't think... How do I say it? I don't think people... Sorry. I don't think people realize how low and short printed that epilogue and aftermath was done. Samut. I don't think people really, I think people expected during the Amazon dump thing from like 6 months ago, or maybe 9 months ago, or whatever it was, last year in 2023, at the end of the bear market, everybody was so wired to expect a big Amazon dump of any product that doesn't sell. I think because of that, it led to a lot of fear and that, not kind of the FOMO, but the opposite of FOMO. Everybody was afraid of not missing out. Oh, Dr. T. People weren't afraid of missing out. People were afraid of getting hammered and going to Pound Town. So again, when Wizards created that mindset with everybody, well, the market reacts. And if Chris Cox and Cynthia are running a company, and it's making everyone scared to buy and hold your product, you got a fucking problem. You got a big problem, everybody. And that's kind of what started to happen. And I think Epilogue was one of those... Oh, Dr. S. I think Epilogue was one of the products that everybody was genuinely afraid was going to have 100 extra pallets that was going to get completely dumped and obliterated on the open market. But it didn't really happen. And now this product is kind of over with and gone. We're seeing a faster uptick than everybody really expected. Because people thought these boxes were going to go to like $20. Okay? Yeah. And they didn't. They didn't. The fact that TCG Player right now, as of the filming of this video, these boxes are $57 plus tax. So these boxes are about $62 shipped. That's the highest it's been since release. Okay? And this isn't a 5-10-year-old product. What's this product, a year old? That's quite interesting that, we've experienced that kind of a swing. And I think it's only because, well, people who dumped it, everyone's gone through the crash. Nobody's buying it. It's just kind of sitting there. And there are single cards in the set that people are buying, and they are getting kind of pushed up. I mean, Nissa never, the old Resurgent there, I mean, why isn't that one a $2 card, right? Why isn't there just millions of copies and everybody dumping it? This just didn't happen. So it's interesting to see when we see like the market be surprised when something doesn't go the way that we expect it to go. And that's what really kind of catches everybody off guard. Wow, that was a hell of a box 11. Dude, Bradford, that was a great box 11. Closed, holy smokes. I think box 11 was the best box we've had. And look at the pulls of 11. I think was that a profitable box? Wow. No Ob Nix, though. No Obby Nix. 20, 30, 40. So what do you guys think? About $40, $45 plus the training grounds and dinos? So maybe a $50, $60 box? I think that's the best box we've had. And that's it. 49 minutes into the Rudy exploration video. We get ready to come to an end, everybody. And in the end of this video, I have to admit, it's still a disappointing product, I think. I think we got a lot of decent pulls here. That's why I got them all pulled up on top of the camera. But starting off good. All right, maybe this last box will be a really home run. But looking at a case opening here of 12 boxes, they just, it feels like Wizards didn't put a lot of effort in this. Like, they got a couple cards, new arts, and things they did in this, but it just doesn't feel like, it feels like they didn't care. And maybe this was a side effect of the COVID era thing. It just feels like there wasn't, I don't know. I get the whole lore attempt, or mix. But it feels like there's just, the effort was just so minimal, you know? That's the vibe I get from this product. Like, why, I mean, I'm not saying, oh, we should have serialized cards and that would have fixed the problem. Well, it would have helped. Serialized cards would have helped in a problem like this. Oh, frill back for a couple dollars. Oh, what was that last one there? Off-centered. Warmonger, okay. But I mean, you know, something. You know, there should have been something. And, you know, maybe a land cycle would have been nice. How about a nice, you know, set of something lands? It doesn't have to be a shock or a fetch, but some sort of lands. Something that adds, even if the lands are just scry lands or cheap core set lands, something for an extra couple dollars in value. But it's so weird to me. And that's, you know, my closing statement of this video is Wizards of the Coast remains one of the most bizarre ran companies I've ever seen in my million years of being alive on this planet. I've never seen a company that's so volatile and gets some things so right and screws up things so wrong. And I don't know what causes that. I don't know if it's the different teams, if it's the schedule, it's money, and when they know they're behind, they just rush something. I don't know what it is. You know, I don't know what causes these extreme swings in Magic. Some products are just so good. So good. And I gotta admit, even Universes Beyond, I'm coming around. I'm not a fan of the direction, but it's obviously a real thing. And I have to admit, like Lord of the Rings, those holiday special boxes, and even Ravnica Remastered with the shocks and all the training grounds, I really enjoyed cracking those collector boxes. Those have been my favorite box opening videos I've done. Karn, I've done in a long time. And then they turn around, and then like they make like a Carlo Foreclosed Manor, and everybody just goes back to negative and falling apart. Oh, I love the framework on that Sigardia. And it's so weird. And there has to be other forces at work, you know, with like the Clue board game. There has to be other forces that this company does things that we don't understand. Because there's sometimes, it's like the whole Secret Lair thing. Why are you using up all your reprint equity, making these tiny little things? And you would make so much more money letting your reprints accrue value in Magic and then putting them in your expensive boxes that'll actually sell better. It's so weird, everybody. This is it. Bradford, the last pack in a case of 12 boxes into the close. We end the video on nothing. Last box, no Nissa. We got a $5 Karn, so maybe 20 bucks at Mythics. Weak box, and maybe 10 bucks in rares. And it's about $30 there. Final conclusion, everybody. Bradford, thanks for being a very kind patron. Enjoy all the cards heading your way. Some boxes were really good. We actually got towards that $50 price point per box. Like the last box, some were just around $30 in value that were just bad. So I'm going to call it bad boxes in this are $25 in value. Good boxes, home run boxes are going to be $50 to $60. So pricing, a sealed box of this about $62 shipped on TCG Player is about right. It's not inverted EV, but a $65 box that has cards inside worth between $25 and $50 is pretty. That's about where the ranges should be on the randomization, the track printing, the pool rates, the secondary market, sealed versus singles for a product that's about a year old. It's not as out of whack as it seems, but I think the Achilles heel of this product is how it feels. Like, we just got done doing an hour-long video with the patron Bradford over here in Tennessee doing this. And the biggest takeaway is the redundancy of the front card slots. Not this area. These are all fine. But the biggest takeaway to me is definitely how it feels. Even though it's the financial numbers aren't that bad, it doesn't feel satisfying. That's the problem with this product. It feels kind of eh. Like, I'm going to turn the camera off, I'll transfer the data, get it uploaded to YouTube, but it doesn't feel like even the good boxes, like box 2 and 1, everything, like we did good, but it still doesn't have that, we don't have that dopamine, that endorphin hit. It doesn't feel like it though. you know? And that's where this product's lacking. It doesn't have that wow factor. That's all I got, folks. Thanks for watching. Hope you'll have a beautiful day out there. As always, folks, remember, yes, there's stupid and terrible things in the world, but life is a beautiful, amazing thing with amazing just people, technology, all kinds of beautiful things out there. And just in order to really appreciate it, you've got to be looking in the right direction, and you got to have the right people around you. And you must not focus on swiping 100 times and staring at a phone for 20 hours a day, hurting your eyes, and because you're looking down and you're not looking forward. Hope you all have a great day. Rudy signing off.